Hey, welcome to Pilates with Jen, and welcome to day 28 of our Pilates Bar Challenge. So today, of course, is going to be a full body workout, completing this challenge with 2 full body workouts back to back. So I am going to be starting standing today, and we're going to go ahead, take those loops, and bring them to the arches of our feet. Once you have that bar on the arches of your feet, I want you to come to the top of your mat. You're going to come with that overhand grip. You're just going to let that bar rest long. Your shoulders are down, your abs are pulled in. You're going to begin tucking that chin towards your chest. I want you to slowly roll yourself down. I want you to roll that Pilates bar down your thighs. As you roll yourself down towards your ankles, you go down as far as you can with straight legs. If you need to bend those knees, be sure to do so. Roll it down. Now slowly articulate yourself up, 1 vertebrae at a time. You have to control how fast you're coming up by rolling that bar up your thighs. Once it comes back up to your hips, you're going to hold the bar at your hips. And we're going to do one more like this. You're going to roll yourself down. Warming up that whole body. Slowly articulating yourself down vertebrae by vertebrae, as you can only go as fast as you can bring that bar down your legs. Go down as far as you can. Take an inhale and slowly exhale as you roll yourself up, drawing that navel in towards the spine. You're going to stand yourself up nice and tall, stack those shoulders. Bar now comes up towards your chest. Coming in with an overhand grip. We are going to go ahead, we're going to extend our right leg in front of us. Our left leg is going to be behind us. Now we're going to transfer that weight to that front leg. We're going to point that left toe. We're going to stay here. We are going to rotate towards the right. So that's the bent knee, and bring it back to center. So again, stabilizing, rotating towards the right. This is a big rotational twist. As you have 2 points of contact on the ground, you can place that heel down if you need to, if you want a deeper stretch through that hamstring. Feel those obliques rotating, pulling back, resisting the pullback. We're going to go for 2 more just like this. One more here. Go ahead, bring that bar back to center. Now I want you to stand yourself up. I want you to hinge yourself over. Still have that overhand grip. Soft bend in that standing leg. We're lifting that left leg up and tapping it down. You're trying to control the bar as it pushes behind you, as it tilts you to one side, as the strap pulls behind you. You're trying to keep those hips square. You can definitely tell when you're off balance by the Pilates bar, so that really does disrupt your balance. We have 3 more. For 2. 1 more here. Go ahead, bring it down and step it in. I was just going to say how much better my balance has gotten since I've started this challenge. And as I was going to say it, I lost my balance. So there you go. Murphy's Law, right? All right, so left foot is coming out in front. We're going to rotate our waist. Now we're going to rotate towards the left. So shoulders are down. Let's switch our grip here. So we're going to go for an underhand grip. I like to keep all my fingers on the same side, but you choose what works for you. Shoulders are down. We're going to go ahead, extend that leg behind us. So right leg's coming behind us. We're going to rotate towards the left and bring it back to the center. Rotate towards the left. Remember, you can have that heel down, which this actually feels really good right now, to get a bigger stretch through that hamstring, through that calf, through that posterior line. Those hips are shining square to the wall in front of you. I'm exhaling as I rotate away, inhaling as I come back. We have 3. For 2, shoulders down, plug down that back. 1 more here. Bring it back to center, and you're going to come up. You're going to transfer that weight to the front leg. Now, carefully extend that right leg long, and you're going to lift and lower. Find that slight hinge at the hips. Weight is over that standing leg, stabilizing through the core, and the shoulders are back and down. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bring that leg in, carefully stand it up, relax that bar, and roll those shoulders. We're going to go ahead, bring that bar back down towards our waistline. Shoulders are backing down. We're back at the top of the mat. We're going to go ahead, roll ourselves down. This time we're going to roll it all the way down. It doesn't have to be rolled against your thighs. We're just articulating ourselves down. Now we're going to take the bar. We're going to move it out. We're going to come towards our knees. And the straps are on our knees. On our feet as our knees are down on the mat. You're going to go ahead. You're going to take that bar. You're going to push it away from you. Here you have the option where you can bend one arm in front of the bar, one arm in back of the bar. You can sandwich the bar, and you can be off your wrist. You can also be on your elbows here. You can also have your hands underneath, which is the option that I like. Shoulders are down, abs are in. We're just coming in for some single leg glute work, so we're going to extend the right leg long. Now that bar is going to push on that right arm, and your hip is naturally going to lean towards the left. Center that weight, and now you're lowering the leg, and you're going to lift the leg. You're going to lower and lift. Squeeze through the glutes, have those abs pulled in. Remember, you can be on your elbows, whatever works for you. We have 2 more. Next one, you're going to hold that leg long up in the air. You're going to bring the leg out laterally towards the side, pull it back in through the center, pull up through that core. Again, pull the leg out laterally towards the side. Pull it back into the center. Try to keep that weight centralized through your midline. Stabilizing legs should be starting to talk. We have 3. Pull in, feel that ab work right here as you pull that strap towards the midline. 1 more. You're going to go ahead, bring that leg to center. You're going to flex your foot. You're going to bend the heel towards the glute and bring it down. Heel towards the glute and bring it down. I'm transferring my hands because I lost some resistance there. So towards the glute and bring it down. We have 3. For 2, keep that weight through the core, through the center. Last one, foot stays flexed. You're going to stamp that foot on the ground. Don't tilt too much through the pelvis. Squeeze everything together. We're almost there. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bring that knee down. Send yourself quickly into child's pose. Take a breath. Roll those wrists if you're on those wrists. Please be mindful. Go down on your elbows if that is better for your body. I've always been up on my forearms, so I'm kind of used to it, but the bar definitely does hurt when you're using the palm, so I only use it when I go in for those donkey kicks. All right, shoulders are back and down, abs are pulled in. Left leg is coming long. We're gonna lift. Now watch the weight, it wants to transfer. Keep it centralized and lower. Lift, try to keep those hips square to the mat. Abs pull towards the spine. We have 3, for 2. Last one, this is where we hold that leg level. We bring it laterally out towards the left. Squeeze it back in towards the midline. Pull up through those inner thighs to the pelvic floor. Go ahead, push, bring it out laterally to the side. Squeeze it towards the midline. Trying to keep that weight centralized here. We have 3 more. You got this. Keep those abs pulled in, shoulders away. Go down on your forearms if you need to. Take a rest if you need to. Last one, we're bringing it into the center. I'm going to go ahead, transfer my hands already before I pull that out, so just coming down on my elbows quickly. Okay, now we're going to bend the heel towards the glute and press it out. Heel towards the glute and press. You can keep your hands underneath that bar. You just do lose some resistance because it pops up. We have 3, for 2. Last one, we're going to hold it up, stamp that foot on the ground, squeeze through that core, squeeze that glute, keep that weight towards the center. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bring that knee down. Sit yourself into child's pose. And bring that bar in, roll those wrists. And then we are carefully going to go ahead, lay down on our bellies. Once we lay down on our bellies, I am going to come over onto my left side. Now I am going to be holding this bar, just holding it like underneath my armpit, but I'm going to use this hand and push the palm of my hand into the mat. I'm keeping the strap on my back foot. I'm just pulling the strap in line with my hip. If you need less resistance, tilt the bar towards your knee. So hands can be behind your head, head can be down, you can have a ball. I'm just going to go ahead, hold my hand behind my head. Leg is reaching long, hips are stacked, so your hips are not open. You're going to go ahead, you're going to lift that top leg and bring it down. Now think about the abs that are on the floor. You really want to be reaching that leg long. So if you look at the difference, this is me just relaxing, not really reaching. My abs are laying on the mat. But now when I really reach this leg long, I elongate through my waistline and my obliques come up and off that mat. So your job is to keep them up and off that mat as you lower and lift that leg. Now I have a tendency to cramp in my feet, but by all means you can point and flex here. Last 2. Last 1, we're going to stop when that leg is at hip height. We're going to open it towards the front. We're going to bend it up towards the chest and push it down towards the wall in front of us. So lift it up, coming in for bicycles, pulling it in and pushing it down. So still think about reaching long out of that leg. Obliques are still lifted. Trying not to rock. A little easier said than done when you're holding the Pilates bar as well. Last 1 in this direction. When that leg comes long, hold it long. We're going to bend the knee up towards the chest. You're going to extend it out and kick that heel first. Reach it long. Bend in. Extend. Reach it long. We have 3. 2. Last 1. When that leg is reaching long, hold it there. You're going to bring that bottom leg in. Top leg is going to come on top. You can move the strap if you need to onto the top outside of your thigh. I'm going to keep mine right here. When you're ready, you're going to open those legs and close. So when you're opening, you don't want to roll towards the back. You want to keep everything long. Obliques are pulled in. You're lifting and lowering. Lifting and lowering. Getting that mobility into that hip work. Into that hip socket, not that hip work, sorry. Last 3 for 2. Last 1, yes, we're going to hold it open. We're going to pulse it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop that knee. Lift the whole leg. Last set here. Reach that leg, hip long, leg long. You're going to tap the knee, then tap the heel. Tap the knee, tap the heel. Knee, heel. Knee, heel. Yes, let's chisel out that glute. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that knee down. Woo! Give that glute a nice smack, and then you can carefully come on up. I am going to turn onto my back as we're going to come into some core work before we go over to the other side. So we're going to lay ourselves down. Bar can stay at your chest. You always have the option to take the bar, reach the arms over the head. You choose what works for you. Shoulders come back and down. Legs are coming into tabletop. When you are ready, we're going to come in for single leg stretch. So make sure those knees are over those hips. That tailbone is planted to the mat underneath you. You're going to extend the right leg long. Pull it back in. The left. Alternate from side to side. Keep that neutral spine engaged. Keep that rib cage and that back planted to the mat underneath you. Now, I'm going to give you the option. We're going to come one more each side. One more left. When the knees come together, I'm going to give you the option. You can tuck your chin, curl yourself up, coming in for double leg stretch. You're going to go ahead. You're going to reach the arms, reach the legs. Pull it back in. Reach. And pull. Watch that neck. Keep that chin tucked in. Use everything as a unit. For 5, 4, 3, 2, Last one, hold it and bring it on in. Place that head on down. Heels come down, bar can come over your chest. Great job. We're going to take those feet, we're going to plant them onto the floor, and now I want you to walk them out so you have enough resistance in your bar. From here, we're going to come in for some chest presses, so shoulders are down. We're reaching those arms up over our chest and pulling them down. Think about those scapula hitting that mat underneath you. If you need more tension, straighten your legs. I like a soft bend. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bring that bar down. You can carefully bend your knees. You're going to take that bar, you can bring it around your chest, you can hold it in your hands. We're going to come for a roll-up. Tuck your chin towards your chest. And from here, you can slowly begin rolling yourself up 1 vertebrae at a time. Coming up, stacking that spine nice and tall. We're going to go ahead, take that bar. I'm going to place it down on this direction so I can work on this side of my side body facing you. So I'm going to go ahead, lie myself down. Pilates bar is coming underneath. Bottom leg is going to be bent. Top leg is going to be reaching long. Remember, you can release the tension by letting this bar come forward. But from here, I'm just going to go ahead, hold my bar. Leg is long, hips are not open, hips are stacked. Think about lifting that bra line up off that carriage mat or that mat underneath you, sorry. And we're going to go ahead, begin lifting that leg and lowering. Like I said, you can point and flex here. Each day is a little bit different for me. Really trying to keep that bra line off the mat. Leg is reaching long out of that hip socket. We have 4, 3, 2, last one. When the leg comes long in line with the hip, you're going to go ahead, bend the knee to the chest. You're going to extend the leg long, reach it out, bicycle it long out of the hip, bend the knee, extend, and bicycle it down. Bra line still reaching off that mat. Still controlling this movement. We have 3, for 2. Last one, when that leg is long, you're going to hold it there. We're going to reverse that motion. Bend the knee into the chest. Pull it in. Extend the leg long out of the hip. Watch that upper body, those obliques, that they don't collapse as you bring that leg in closer towards your chest. Trying to keep those hips stacked as best you can. We have 4, 3, 2. Last one, when those leg comes long, go ahead, hold it there. This is where we're going to go ahead, bring that bottom leg up, take that top leg, lay it on top. Close those hips, bra lines off the mat. Heels are going to get connected. You're going to tap the knees and lift. Tap the knees and lift. Remember, if you need more tension, you can always push that bar a little bit away as well. We have 4, 3, 2. Last one. Go ahead, when those legs come together, you're going to lift that leg up to hip height, bra line still off that mat. You're going to tap the knee, tap the heels, knees, heels. Chisel out that side of the glute. Try to keep the rocking of the pelvis quiet. Movements coming from the hip socket. For 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, bring those legs in. You can bend your knees all the way in. Tap that hip. And then I am carefully just going to go ahead, roll myself over, place this bar down, and I am going to go ahead, take those loops off of my feet. Once I have those loops off my feet, I am going to go ahead, take my Pilates bar, and I am going to be bringing it with me to the center of the mat. And I like my heels on the bar versus the balls of the feet, and only because I do have that broken toe that is bothering me that I did in the middle of this challenge. So I'm improvising. So shoulders are back and down, abs are pulled in. We're going to go ahead, bring our hands that are in the loops coming into that field goal position. We're going to get some posture work in, tuck the tailbone, elbows at the waistline. We're going to open those arms out to the T, and you're going to pull them back in. So open them out to the letter T, or to field goals position. Actually, it's a letter W, sorry, and bring them back in. I like to call them bookends, so you open the book and you close the book. Now squeeze that rib cage and abs together. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, release those arms. We're going to press that bar a little bit further behind us. And then we're going to go ahead, bring your heels to the bar if they're not there. You're going to bend at your knees. You're going to cross those straps. You can hold up at the tape. You can hold up at the loops, whatever works for you. Hinging, abs are pulled in. We're coming for cross rows, so you're going to bring the elbows wide, squeeze the scapula together, and resist them forward. Squeeze, and back. We have 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're holding it back. Yes, little pulses, pulse them back. Squeeze those scapula together, squeeze. We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold the shoulders back. Just hold that isometric hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Resist it down. Woo, and roll those shoulders. Great job. All right, we're going to take that bar. We're going to bring it towards the edge of our mat. Heels again are coming onto that mat. I'm going to have my hands in these straps. So we're going to tuck that chin towards our chest. We're going to roll ourselves down. We're going to bring our hands to the floor, bend your knees if you need to. And then I want you to slowly walk yourself out, keeping those heels glued down to that bar underneath you. Now I want you to walk your toes towards the tip of the bar. I'm going to use the balls of the feet just because that toe. And then you're going to go ahead, find yourself in that plank position. So once you're in that plank position, you're going to go ahead, hold, and then you're going to hold that bar. You're going to bring that left knee up to your chest, right knee, sorry. You're going to press it back. You're going to alternate from side to side. Stable and controlled. You have to watch where that bar is. You have to feel with your proprioception each foot as you press back into that bar. Hold that plank. Keep those abs pulled in, shoulders over those wrists. Remember, you can be on your elbows anytime we do planks. We have 4 and 3 for 2. Last one. Go ahead, drop those knees. Send yourself back into child's pose. I am going to go ahead, turn towards you. Now that bar is on my toes. I'm taking my left forearm and I'm coming down onto my side again. But this time I'm pushing on the bar. My right leg, my top leg is over my bottom leg. Hands are coming in. We're coming into side planks. So once you're ready, you're going to reach yourself long. You're going to push up on that hip. You're in that side plank. I want you to take this strap. You're going to reach it over. Again, pull it in. Hold that side plank. If you need to be modified, you can have a knee down, coming into little overhead presses here. So full body work. We have 4 for 3, 2, last one, hold it up. Can you just hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, drop the hips, and bend the knees. Great job. You can just turn around. I am just going to switch my bar over to the other side of the mat. And now my right arm is coming down. My top leg, which is my left leg, is going to come in front of my bottom leg, which is my right leg. So elbow down, strap is in the left arm. Make sure your weight is even on that bar. And then once you're ready, you're going to go ahead. You're going to hinge yourself up, lift yourself up into that side plank. You're going to reach that arm long and pull it down. Reach it long and down. Yes, full body. Try to stay out of that shoulder. We have 3 for 2. Last one. This is our last push. Just hold it over. Isometric hold. Hold it. Breathe for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it on down. Bend those knees. You can carefully take those straps off. And then I want you to go ahead, turn on to your hands and knees here. I want you to take the right hand and I want you to thread it through the left arm, dropping the right shoulder down towards the mat, dropping your head down as well, maybe extending that right arm long. Maybe you even want to drop your hips back, rock gently from side to side. And then you're going to come back on all fours. Go ahead, place that right hand down. You're going to take that left hand. You're going to thread it underneath the right. You're going to thread that needle, rotate that left shoulder down, sorry. Sit your hips on back. If you like, reach that arm long. Maybe rock. You can carefully unthread that left hand, stay in that child's pose. Maybe bring one hand behind your back. Can you bring both hands behind your back? Maybe you can interlace those fingers. Pull back on those shoulders, lift those arms up, get a nice big stretch through that collarbone. And then carefully, you can roll yourself up. Bring those arms down. And that completes today's workout. Thank you so much for joining me for this 28-day Pilates Bar Challenge. I had so much fun. I hope you have a couple ideas of what to do with the Pilates Bar, so when you travel, you always have something to do. And like always, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Anything else you'd like to see, just drop it in the comments. Other than that, thank you again so much for joining me and for all your support. And like always, until next time, I'll meet you on the mat. Bye.